interview project for Music 2. Do I have some questions to ask you?
Sure.
Okay. What type of music did you listen to when you were a teenager?
I listened to a mix of, this was in the early 80s, a mix of kind of back then what we called rap, which was like I loved the Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five and some of the other kind of old school type rap stuff. Plus I listened to U2 was my favorite band back then.
Okay. Good. Interesting. Question 2. Who were some of the popular musical artists of your young?
U2 was huge. When I was really young, it was Styx and Rush were big bands and very popular bands. So those were some of the most popular ones.
Question 3. What type of music did your parents listen to?
They listened to kind of easy listening, popular music, a little bit of rock stuff, and other things. Go ahead.
Did they like the kind of music you listened to? If not, why?
Yeah, actually, they didn't mind the music that I was listening to. I don't think that they didn't like if I played it very loudly, but they liked it if the music that I listened to was fine.
Question 5. As a teen, who were some of your favorite performing artists?
Performance artists, I would say Michael Jackson was one of my favorites because the first video that he did, the Thriller video, was one of the things that just blew everybody away.
Question 6. Were there any new styles of music being developed during this time?
No, I don't think there was anything necessarily new. It just was, there's new bands coming out and different things were happening with music videos because MTV was just starting, but in terms of new different types of styles of music, I don't believe so.
Question 7. How did this music of that time period affect fashion?
Oh my gosh, people wore goofy clothes. So I remember people wearing parachute pants, which were kind of
What kind of music did that affect?
it was from the music videos. So some of the more popular bands or some of the more new age music type of thing all wore these parachute pants, and so people would try to mimic what they look like.
Were there any from Michael Jackson video? Like the leather?
Yeah, actually he did some of that too, exactly, the one glove. Sometimes he would wear things like that. So yeah, some of that as well.
Okay, question 8 is kind of long. Being that the 60s and 70s were so volatile socially and politically, artists felt it was their responsibility to enlighten its audiences on issues of the time. Who were some of the musical artists who chose to use their music as a vehicle of social and political awareness?
Like my favorite band, one of my favorite bands, U2, has Bono, who has become a huge proponent and ambassador for peace around the world and for really acts of selflessness and so I guess I would say that U2 and Bono.
Question 3. Question 9. Not 3. What issues dominated the scene during this period of time?
What issues were dominating the scene? We were fortunate that we weren't going through a period where there was any real war during that time or anything that was kind of politically that crazy. So I can't really think of an issue that was dominating the scene.
Question 10. Did any of these issues directly affect you? If so, how?
No. But as an answer, follow-up to question 9, no.
Question 11. As an adult, do you still listen to music of your day?
I do. So U2 is still a band that I very much enjoy listening to. I still love listening to kind of some of the old school rap stuff that we listened to back in high school. And
what examples? Like any songs that you have listened to that you
listened to more recently?
That you listened to in your youth.
So that I've listened to recently, I would say. I've gone back and listened to and bought on iTunes some of the older U2 albums, some of the older albums from some of the acts, even some of the heavy metal acts. Like I went back and listened to, bought Led Zeppelin Greatest Hits album the other day because Led Zeppelin was an awesome act, and I listened to that again.
Question 12: would you encourage your children to listen to that type of music?
Yeah, I would.
Well, I already listen to U2, and I listen to a lot of old music.
Yeah, I absolutely would encourage you.
Question 13: how do you feel about the music that your children listen to?
I like some of the music that they listen to. Some of the
New stuff, like dubstep, like what Jackie listens to?
I'm not a big fan of that.
Me either.
And then I think some of the music and some of the lyrics I think are kind of inappropriate. But other than that, I like the style of music.
And I have a question that's not on here, but I just want to ask you about music. Who are some of like the rap like artists, like, and some of the old school ones that you listen to? Like, are there any other artists?
Yeah. So like I said, we listened to Grandmaster Flash. Back in the day, there was LL Cool J, did some rap stuff.
I don't know who that is.
We were, there was like who was the guys that, I can't think of anybody else off the top of my head.
Yes, it's just, like, did you listen to, like, pop? Was there any, like...
Yeah, pop. Pop would have been classified by, like, Michael Jackson would have been pop.
And, like, the song was, like, Wake Me Up, hopefully.
Wham.
I liked
Wham.
I listened to Wham.
And then Styx had a lot of popular stuff like that.
Do you listen to, like, any, like, woman artists?
Female artists?
Whitney Houston.
Whitney Houston was good. That was after I was a teenager, but...
Spice Girls?
Spice Girls were much later.
Yeah.
But Heart was a good band, and there was a female that sang there. And then Fleetwood Mac was a really good band. Stevie Nicks was the lead performer there.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.